Well, hello there, and welcome to 2024. Hope you've enjoyed some time off and some time with family to hopefully recharge and collect your thoughts and plan for the new year ahead. Apologies for the spotlight, but today is a spotlight on 2024. And I just wanted to share with you my thinking and some of my thoughts for the year ahead. And as always, starting with a bit of reflection time. I always find at the end of the year and the start of a new year is a really positive time to reflect. And I'm thinking about the last 10 years. I've been in business now on my own for 5 years, but thinking back to 10 years ago when I was in the CFO role, had just won the CFO of the year, was on my journey to great things in corporate life, and they were. Um, but that seems like another lifetime ago, 10 years ago. And I think over that time I've managed to distill and get that potency from the learnings, not just in corporate but running my own business. So it's almost like that sort of tree sap that's really thick and juicy, because you've taken 10 years of learning and sort of got all the good bits and the bad bits and worked out what it is that you want to take with you. So I think for me, that last 10 years has been about potency. It's been about momentum, lots of encouraging steps forward, and also then freedom, having left that corporate life. A lot of challenges in doing that. I can't tell you how challenging it's been, but a lot of freedom in doing the work that I want to do with the people that I want to work with, rather than just turning up to my career job every day, which I found very limiting. So I've been really reflecting on the last 10 years, and that's got me thinking then about, well, what's next? And I think there's this huge global shift in business, in leaders in business and in business owners. There's a huge global shift, driven by the need to ensure that we have a future in our business and on this planet. And it's not just our God-given right that we keep extracting over the last 100 years, and we're going to keep having more to extract. And I think the realization of that certainly has landed for me, and it's landing for a lot of other people. So I think there's a realization, and I think there's a beginning to be an appetite for how do I do things differently, and the speed that we need to do that. We don't have enough time to be able to reach or not breach the thresholds that the Paris Agreement talked about, not wanting to breach, so that it's like irreversible damage that we're doing to the planet. So how do we do that in our business? That is my why. So over here I've got the why, the what am I going to do about it, and the how am I going to do about it, and with whom am I going to do this with. So lots of distilling going on in my mind, and I'm sure in yours as well, for what's in store for you for 2024. My word for the year, I like having a word, is breakthrough. So that means for me to stop playing it safe. Now, people that know me might think that I don't play it very safe anyway. I'm always challenging, pushing thinking, pushing boundaries. But I need to do more. And I want to speak at a conference this year. And I really feel challenged by the fact that people aren't putting me on stage in front of CFOs, in front of business owners, because the challenge of beyond sustainability isn't there yet in their audience, but it needs to be. Like, we can't just wait to be sustainable to then think about, well, how do we go beyond sustainable? Sustainability is about not making things any worse. How do we make things better? So I want to make it my job this year to stand on stage in front of CFOs, maybe 300, maybe 500, whatever, and talk about how do we challenge business models? How do we disrupt our business? How do we become the leaders that we need in our business when we need to align profit and purpose? It's not one at the expense of the other. And a lot of board governing roles, a lot of CEOs, a lot of executives have all been about egotistical, salary driven short-termism. So how do we move away from that behavior and become more longer term thinking and more eco-centric? So that's my agenda this year, and I really want to see that happen. So my focus is on better business for all stakeholders, not just shareholders, and to think about the impact that we're having in our business, both positive and negative. And some of the work that I've been doing with governance roles I've also responded to an exposure draft on impact accounting. You know, I feel like little Paula in her kitchen in Sydney, Australia, is going to make a difference. And I say to you that you can have that empowered feeling of wanting to make a difference, and even in our small steps, making a difference. So that's what I would charge you with this January of 2024 to, you know, go for it. I feel like I've got nothing to lose. I say to people, what's the worst thing that can happen? So I'm going for it, and I give you permission to go for it too. Think about, how do you allocate your time? Think about this in your planning. How much time do you consider is important for thinking and planning versus delivery? We can't be in delivery mode, whether that's in a corporate career role or business delivery mode. You know, we've all fallen foul of that trap, that we spend too much time in delivery, we're not enough time in thinking. So you've probably got another week or two left to get your thinking straight, to get your planning, at least for the first 2 quarters, in action. Think about your goals and what you need to do to deliver those. And I wish you a beautiful 2024. I think it's going to be a lucky year. I think it's going to be a spicy year. And I think self-care is absolutely front and center. Can't tell you the number of people I've spoken to who say that they feel burnt out. And this is ranging from people in their 30s up to people in their 60s. It doesn't matter the industry, the age, the job that you do. It's about, how do you put yourself first as well, in amongst everything else that we have to do. So I'm looking forward to working and walking alongside you this year. And I thank you for your engagement and inspiration to keep me going and doing the work that I do. So I'll talk to you very soon.